Welcome to a new video which is about sum and difference of angles formulas. In this video I'll be showing you the formulas for sine and cosine. For tangent and cotangent I will make a separate video. Without further ado, let's get started. Here guys, I put formulas that we're gonna use in this topic. We have sine a plus b. So if we have the first case, which we have a plus b, then this is gonna be the formula. So the sine is gonna be plus between those two terms. Okay, this is the first term, let's say, and this is the second term. So if we have sine a plus b, then this is equal to sine a times cosine b plus cosine a times sine b. If we have sine a minus b, guys, okay, so if the sine between those two angles is negative, then we're gonna have negative also here. And in that case, we're gonna have sine a times cosine b minus cosine a times sine b. For cosine, guys, if we have cosine a plus b, then this is gonna be negative. So cosine a plus b is gonna be cosine a times cosine b minus sine a times sine b. For cosine a minus b, we have cosine a times cosine b plus sine a times sine b. So as a result, guys, when we have sine, the sine which is between the angles is gonna be the same as this sine. When the function is cosine, okay, if we have here positive, then we're gonna have here negative. Or if we have here negative, then this is gonna be positive, guys. And we have an example, and in the example, let's find out what is the value of sine 75 degree, guys. So in such cases, guys, try to write this angle, which is 75, as a summation of two famous angles. For example, we have 30 and 45, right? So we both know those angles. By the way, I'm gonna put here special right triangles, okay? Just in case that you don't know 30, 60, and 90 degrees. For example, let's say this is 30 degree, this is 60 degree, and this is 90, right? If this part is 1, which is opposite of 30 degree, then the opposite of 60 degree, this side is gonna be square root of 3, and the side which is opposite of 90 degree is gonna be 2, guys. For 45 degree, this is 45, and this is 45 degree. This is 1, this is 1, this part is square root of 2. So by using those two special right triangles, you can find out trigonometric angle, guys. For example, we can find out what is sine 30 or what is sine 45 by using those two special right triangles. Anyway, so if you want to find out the value of sine 75, then we can write this as, this is equal to, guys, sine 30 plus 45, guys. And now we can apply this first formula. So if you apply the formula, then let me write the actually formula first. Sine 30 plus 45 is equal to, guys, here you can suppose that a is 30 and b is 45, guys. So in this case, we're gonna have sine 30 times cosine 45 plus cosine 30 times sine 45, guys. So sine 30, we have the special right triangle here. If we are looking at the situation from the 30's perspective, sine was what? Opposite divided by hypotenuse. So this is 1 divided by 2, guys, times cosine 45. Here, look at the situation from the 45 angles perspective. Adjacent divided by hypotenuse, 1 divided by square root of 2, or square root of 2 divided by 2, guys, plus cosine 30. Look at the situation from the 30's perspective. Adjacent divided by hypotenuse, which is square root of 3 divided by 2, guys, times sine 45 square root of 2 divided by 2, guys. And now in the next step, of course, we're gonna make the multiplications first. So here we need to multiply numerator by numerator and denominator by denominator. So once we do it, then we're gonna have square root of 2 divided by 4 plus here we're gonna have square root of 6 divided by 4. And now we are adding two fractions because the denominators are the same, so we can just add the numerators. That means, let me write the result on the left at the bottom. So the result is gonna be, guys, square root of 2 plus square root of 6 divided by 4, guys. And for the next question, guys, we have cosine 105 degree, and what is the value of this? Again, 105 degree, 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 105 degree we should write this angle as a summation of two angles or as a subtraction of two angles. So we can write 105 as actually 60 plus 45, right? So this is what I'm gonna use. We have cosine formula here. So we're gonna have cosine 60 plus 45 degree, and that is equal to, guys, we're gonna apply this formula. So we're gonna have cosine 60 times cosine 45, because here we have plus, then I'm gonna put here negative, guys. So minus sine 60 times sine 45, guys. So cosine 60, you can do the same thing by just writing the special right triangles. We can just memorize them, but cosine 60 is sine 30, and sine 30 is 1 divided by 2. So cosine 60 is 1 divided by 2, guys, times cosine 45 is square root of 2 divided by 2, minus sine 60 is square root of 3 divided by 2, guys, times sine 45 is square root of 2 divided by 2, guys. And in the next step, we're going to multiply numerator by numerator and denominator by denominator. So we're going to have square root of 2 divided by 2 times 2 is 4, minus square root of 3 times 2 is 6 divided by 4. Because denominators are same, we can subtract the numerators. And once you do it, then we're going to have square root of 2 minus square root of 6 divided by 4, guys. As you can see, square root of 6 is greater than square root of 2, right? So this result is actually a negative value, right? Why? Because cosine 105 degree, this degree is in the second region or in the second quadrant, if you remember. This is the second quadrant. And in the second quadrant, cosine was negative. That is why, guys, this value is also negative. And this question is our last question, guys, in this video. We have sine minus 210 degree, and what is the value of this? And again, guys, you can just write this angle as a summation of two angles or by just subtracting two angles. What we can do is we can write it as actually 60 minus 270, right? We know both angles, right? If you remember, let's say this is our unit circle. Here we have 270 degree, right? Here, this is 270. At this point, guys, sine is -1 and cosine is 0. We all know this. And because 60 is also a special angle, so we can calculate its value as well. And here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to benefit sine A minus B, right? And A is 60, B is 270, guys. And there is a negative between them. So what we can do is sine 60 minus 270, and this is equal to, guys, sine 60 times cosine 270. Here we have negative, so I'm going to put here also negative, right? Sine 270 times cosine 60, guys. And sine 60 is square root of 3 divided by 2, guys, times cosine 270 is 0. At this point, cosine is 0, minus sine 270, guys. Here, sine is -1, so negative is going to be positive, right? Let me put here +1, times cosine 60. Cosine 60 is 1 divided by 2. And from here, guys, if you multiply this value by 0, then we have 0 already from here. So this is the only value left over, 1 times 1 divided by 2, which is 1 divided by 2, guys. So the answer of this question is 1 divided by 2. And by the way, sine 210 degree, if the angle is negative, right, we're going to start from the 0 point and go in the reverse direction, right? So if you go to in the reverse direction, -90, we are here. Then you go up to -90. And if you go to 90 more, then this is -180 actually. And then if you go to 30 degree more, then we have here, actually this value is -210 degree, guys. -210 degree. And this is actually in the second region, right? So we are in the second region or in the second quadrant. And in the second quadrant, sine is positive. That's why actually our result is positive. And this question was our last question, guys, in this video. If you have any question related to the subject, you can put them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and hopefully see you in the next video.